This video is the last one in our three-part series on how to grow a wildflower meadow at home. John's going to be sowing fine grasses and other wildflower seeds supplied by Goren Farm. This organic, award-winning wildflower farm is local to us. It's near Honiton in Devon. Please do check them out. They do great mail order, and I've put the link in the description below. Hello, welcome to John Horsey Horticulture. John's been teaching horticulture professionally for over 30 years now, and on this channel we're hoping to help you develop your gardening skills. Whether you're new to gardening and looking for basic foundations on how to propagate plants, how to grow vegetables, a bit of pest control, or whether you're a seasoned horty who could always use some extra tips and advice. If you like learning those things, do consider following us by pushing the subscribe button. There's no charge. And don't forget to push the all-important notification bell. It just lets you know every time we upload a new video.
Hello again, everyone. If you remember last time we were here, we were looking at getting our wildflower meadow going. We took the turf off, and hopefully then that would have got rid of most of the seeds and the old grass and perhaps a lot of the nutrition. Then we put some bulbs in, and all the time that's been disturbing the soil, and that would have stopped any seed, weed seed germinating. Not weed, but the coarse grasses, things like the rye grasses and the meadow grass, which we want to avoid. But first of all, let's get the seeds ready. I've been to our local supplier, a chap called Julian down at Goren Farm. Very, very helpful. And I've got a whole selection of different grasses to sow, well, grasses and plants. The thing with wildflower meadows is to make sure that you don't put in rye grass. You want the softer grasses, the ones that the plants will be able to live with, not be smothered by. So what I've got first of all is two of my very favourite grasses. One is called the bent grass. So there you are, bent grass, and it's a very low growing with a very, very attractive seed head. And I'm just going to make a little mixture of that in this tin. So I've put a little bit in there. I think that's probably enough, because we've got quite a lot of seeds. They're not massive areas, and we've got quite a bit to do, so that should be enough for that one. The other one I'm going to put in is sweet vernal grass. This is the one that comes up. It has got a sweet taste. That's why people tended to chew it back in the old days. And I'm going to put some of that in as well. So that'll go in the mixture. We'll mix it all up in a minute. And I've got also some yellow. Oh, well, yellow rattle's gone everywhere now. Some yellow rattle, which is a really lovely lovely plant, which is our semi-parasitic on grass. So it does tend to keep the grasses a bit low, and helps the wildflowers get going. So we'll put a fairly good mixture of that in. We've now got some. Use that as well. Agrimony. Just got a mixture of stuff that I really like, and we'll see how it goes. I'm not going to put too much of that in, because a little goes a long way, shall we say. Musk mallow, that's a nice one. That was nice for later on, so a little bit of that goes in. There we are. The beauty of all this is it's all very, very haphazard. We'll see how it comes up. It'll come up in various places and all the rest, so we'll see. Cat's ear, that's rather nice. Mix some of that in. A little bit more. It's a bit like making a cake, isn't it? And then grass fetchling, that's a little yellow pea-like flower. We'll put a bit of that in. And common mallow, that's a bit like our mallows that we grow in the garden, really. But there you are, mix that in. Later flowering, that's really quite good. And last but not least, some cowslips. And so they look lovely growing in a wildflower meadow. I'm going to put quite a bit of that in and hope we get plenty up. There we are, that's the cowslip. Right, now, just put that bit of seed there in it. And now I need to mix it all up. We haven't got the lid to be able to shake it all about, but that should be mixing it quite nicely. As I say, it'll come through hopefully quite haphazard, and we should get a nice mixture. Now let's go over and have a look at getting it sown. I'm just going to take a handful, and I'm going to go very, very lightly to start with. So I'll scatter this very, very lightly. Got about a quarter of the seed, so I'm going to go over that quarter bed there, Always do it nice and thin. You can always come back and put more on afterwards. So there we are, up to that corner there. As you go along, you'll see how much you've got left and make sure you've got sufficient. But as I say, if in doubt, be very, be sparing to start with. You see, I've actually got a little bit left, so that means I can go and put a little bit more. Maybe on that area there where I didn't put so much to start with. Don't worry if it's not even, because these plants will grow at different rates. You'll find that some of the wildflowers are going to grow much bigger than each other, and so they'll sort themselves out. It'll take quite a while to happen, but eventually they'll sort themselves out. So if you were doing a lawn, you'd be measuring this out and you'd be putting on like a gram per square metre. But in this case, because it's all different types of grass and different plants, we've got rather a mix there, which should be fine. Some of these seeds need to be exposed to germinate and some need to be covered. So what I'm going to do is just give a gentle raking so that hopefully we'll cover all requirements. There we are. We just have to wait now for the spring and see what comes up. If we can keep a little dog off. There we are. So that's all done. Now just wait and see what happens. It's still quite autumnal. The ground's moist. It's still very warm. So hopefully we should get a good germination very quickly.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here in Somerset. We've so enjoyed having you. If you enjoyed that and would like to check out the other 2 videos, do take a trip around our channel. If you'd like to follow us, do push the subscribe button. Don't forget to ding the notification bell. It just lets you know every time we upload a new video. Until next time.